Hola.
Hola, hello. How are
Bo-
you?
Good, and you? Você
I'm
fala
good, thank
espanhol?
you.
Você fala espanhol?
Just a little bit. I speak better English. If it's not a problem.
No, 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 not a problem at all. I'm very happy to be with you, Teresa. You're a wonderful contestant this year. I wanted to have
Thank you.
uh, like a Latin American girl, blonde, because all of them are very Latin, but we need a blonde one.
Yes,
So
that's
thank you
true.
so much.
Yeah. No, I mean, thank you for receiving me today. And you know what is funny? It has been 6 years since we don't have a blonde representative from Brazil. So
Yeah,
it's very exciting to be the the next blonde
actually,
in Brazil. I
uh,
mean, and the funniest thing is that I'm working with the last one, which was Martina, and she's amazing. I mean, she really inspired me. That's why I really had that dream to become the Miss Universe Brazil. She was one of the women that I looked and I saw myself, like that I imagined myself maybe becoming the Miss Universe Brazil. So it is very amazing to work with her because like I used to see her on TV and now I'm working with her. So it has been amazing.
yeah, and let me tell you that Martina is one of my favorite Miss Brazil ever. She's elegant. She was smart. She was always proper. If she's your role model, you have a very nice role model. And also, I would like
That's true.
to talk about how how um, how is the mix of cultures and races in Brazil that every single race could be represented by your country. Any girl from even Chinese or Oriental or from the Middle East or Europeans or from African roots. Has everything.
Yeah, we do have everything. It's really beautiful to see that we have such a full and beautiful population and all kinds of beauties, it is amazing.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about your professional career because I think to be an psychology student or I think gives you a little bit more of tools to be in a pageant like this. Or do I'm wrong?
I mean, people think that, but actually, no. I mean, we are all human, so we all go through the same feelings, the same feelings. That's the word, the feelings. So maybe I know what I need to do to get more calm, maybe, but I go through the same. Like I think that depression is a little bit bigger because people expect that I calm all the time, and sometimes we are not. But as I said, we are all human, so we
Starting
go.
everyone and not just calm. Starting okay. That could be the hard strategy. That could be the order strategy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can understand the other easier, in an easy way. We have this thing about listening to people and knowing them and seeing them. So I think that's a positive thing about being a student of psychology.
And what did you pick that career? If I think it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful career. Actually, one I think some way somehow me as a journalist, as an interviewer, we need to have a little bit of a psychologist. So, what did you pick that career?
Since I was a teenager, I used to listen to people that would say, "Oh, you should be a psychologist. You are so calm and you listen to people and you give good advices." And I was like, "Yeah, maybe," but it wasn't like my focus. Actually, I went to law school first, and then I
Or
changed it to psychology. Yes, yeah.
how many years or how many semesters did you study law?
Four
Four.
semesters.
Oh
Yes.
wow, it was 2 years. So
Yes,
you're
2 years.
almost a lawyer.
I almost got it, yeah, but I changed it.
And what did you do
um,
here? Why?
because I just got passionate about the psychology. I think that the world that we live today, it is so hard and so challenging, and I think that I just saw that it was in my heart that was that this area was the one for me, because I felt that I was able to do that, and that psychology is amazing. It has so much to me, and I just choose it because I really believe that we need more people to listen, to help others, and that's why I decided.
That's very nice, because always when you have a good reason to do something, you're gonna get the best goals. And well, right now in Miss Universe pageant, Brazil has been a country very consistent in their with their contestants. Always. There are stunning girls, different races, and the last years you have been placed in a very good positions. Actually, last year the first runner-up was Julia Gama.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to be next the next year after being in such a good position, or is a little bit more challenging.
It is challenging, but at the same time, I feel that we learn a lot with Julia. So it's a good thing about it too. I feel that, so I truly believe that things happen for a reason. As I said before to Carlos in my first live today, I said to him that I shouldn't be here because I don't know if you know, but there were a rule that didn't permit that girls that already participated in the pageant could not participate again. And this year, the rule changed. So look where I am now. So I'm so
Yeah.
grateful and so happy to be here. That there's no challenging. I'm just doing it. I'm just getting the opportunity and doing with my best, with courage and with being brave. So I'm just glad and happy to be here today. There's nothing to not be positive. Everything is positive.
Yeah, yeah. And I read in your bio that your first beauty pageant was on
Sorry, I
2004. You will be like
can
you.
you repeat it because it got frozen here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I read in your bio
Okay.
that your last beauty pageant was at 2004. You will be like a little girl. Is that true?
Yeah, when I was a little girl, I participated on the beauty pageant, but I was so young that I cannot even remember very well. My parents, they always incentivized me to really study and not moving to this area, not being a woman, growing up. So I really didn't participate it because I really focused on my study life.
Yeah. And well, right now, since I'm talking to you, your face, your look, your beautiful eyes
Thank you.
reminds me one of my favorite beauty queens ever, and she won Miss International. She right now is a commentator, a very important commentator from Venezuela here in the United States, and maybe she had an interview with you. She is Daniela Di Giacomo. Did somebody tell you ever that you look very similar to her?
Not really.
But did you know who
Not
she is?
really. Do you think so?
Yes, I think you look very similar to her, and she's stunning. I love her. I see her well quite often, and well, you look very similar to her. You know who she is?
Yeah, she's beautiful. If I look like her, I am a little bit pretty too.
Okay, let's talk about the Miss Universe pageant. Is going to held in Israel, and I guess that you have almost everything done, or there is something in particular that you haven't get it yet.
No, we have everything done, but not packaged already. We still have to finish some things like the dress, the national costume. But actually, tomorrow is the final proof that we are going to have. And I'm really excited because it's so beautiful and so Brazilian. Oh my God. I think that people will love it.
Yeah, well, actually, Brazil is that country that you have so many things to show to the world. I have.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. We have a very strong and big culture. And I think that Brazilian people have this happy way to deal with things in life. And I believe that this is a thing that the world needs right now. So I want to really bring this happiness to all the world, because we do this with very happiness too.
Listen, I have been in Brazil many times. It's one of my favorite countries all over the world. Not just for the people, from the landmarks, from the beaches, from the history, from the food. But I think it could be very hard to pick something to do a national costume from Brazil when you have beaches, when you have when you have. So as a Brazilian girl, if you have to pick just one thing to show the world your country, to invite the people that doesn't have the privilege to go to your country, what could be? Because Rio, everybody knows that Rio is beautiful.
Yeah.
Sao Paulo, Guarujá, I love Guarujá. Where from? You are from?
Ceará.
Tell me about that place.
We say that the earth, the light earth.
Go ahead.
It's like a sentence that we say. I think that something related to nature, because we have this amazing, beautiful nature, the beaches, the Amazon, and everything. We have different types of nature beauties. So something about nature, it is really special about Brazil that I totally would choose to national costume.
Well, I'm from Colombia, South America also, and we have the wonderful emeralds. But in Brazil, you have a lot of stones that they are like always unknown, and I have been like it was amazing to see also that there is another thing that the people doesn't know for sure about Brazil that you want to tell me.
Well, people think that we speak Spanish. We speak Portuguese.
But
maybe that's the thing that I have to say.
Well, it's easier for you to understand me if I speak in Spanish.
Yeah, it is.
That I can understand when you speak Portuguese. I can't. But
really?
you're smarter than us.
But you know what? When I used to live in USA, I had these friends from all over the world, all places, and I had that Spanish girl friend of mine that she also didn't understand what I said, and I used to understand her, but she couldn't.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
I heard that before.
I don't know what happened with that, but anyway, and Brazil is a country that is like a little continent, even that is in South America, and
yeah, we have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and you have a lot of famous people, singers, soccer players, models, and but I don't know if you have admired somebody from your country that much to follow their steps, because well, you have Giselle Bundchen, but you have Xuxa or singers, and there is a lot of people from Brazil that we never admire them. So, who is your favorite Brazilian?
That's a hard question because I love so many people. I mean, we have different types of people that talks a lot about everything. I don't really know. I mean, that's a hard one. Can I say like 3, maybe?
Yeah, go ahead.
Xuxa, she was part of my childhood, so totally her. Also, Renato Aragão, which is called Gigi.
Okay.
He's from my state too, so that's an important thing. Yeah. and she's so funny. I remember watching him on TV when I was a child, so also was part of my childhood. And what else? What can I say?
Alessandra Ambrosio, Adriana Lima.
Gisele Bündchen. Oh my God, how do I forget that? Gisele, she is Brazilian and she's so inspiring. I mean, I love her and I love not only her career and all that she did, but also the way that she cares her family, the way
Yeah,
that she puts her purpose in evidence. You know, she really is authentic, and she is an example in many areas, not only on professional way, but also in many others. So she is honestly the biggest person in Brazil that I admire.
and also she has an stunning career, but also, as you say, as a family woman, to show the world how loving and caring she is with her husband Tom Brady, and that beautiful scene when they're together, and that shows the world that even you can be famous and having a
And
stable
have a yes.
having a stable family and a stable life, because everybody have the misunderstanding and the misconception about being famous is being alone, being famous is have richness but don't have any family.
And also I believe that not is I think they are disabled, but also sometimes they probably have those hard times too because they're famous. So let's be very honest. They have some problems as humans does.
Yeah.
But I think that they show to people that they are stronger than that, you know, that they are still a family even through challenging times. And that is very inspiring, not only to us, but also to other famous people that go through hard times. And that's a special thing to see that we have an example in this world of famous people that have the principles and the love and, you know, the resilience about having a family, and that is really inspiring.
Yeah, and also, you know what? I was looking at well, I have been looking and watching the Miss Universe and Miss World pageant since I was a little kid, and I remember that the girls from Argentina and Brazil were very successful and very well recognized on those pageants at the beginning from the 60s, the 70s, and but after the phenomenon that appears on the late 80s and the beginnings of 90s of supermodels, the Brazilian girls became like an example of the supermodels. And I think that situation put the beauty pageants on behalf, not that important that it was before. And right now, you as a beautiful girl, I guess you can be the opportunity to be a model and to pick and to choose some a business that is not that well recognized. Be a beauty queen instead of a model. What do you think about that situation that suddenly happens in your country or in Argentina?
Well, I think that we need to be very conscious about what you want to do. If it's modeling, okay, go ahead. But if it's miss, know that that is a different thing. I mean, for me, to be a miss is more like being a representative person from the place that you represent. In case of Miss Universe, you are a global ambassador, so you need to be ready that and knowing that you are going to represent the whole world forever. I mean, you always are going to be Miss Universe. So you are going to be an example for people. So you have to be authentic and also have this very strong in you. And modeling is a profession that also needs to be very strong in you because we know that there's a lot of challenging things in fashion world. But I mean, I think that you need to know who you really are and what you want to do. And you can be Miss and can be model, I think. I mean, that
Yeah,
one thing doesn't, you know, cancel the other thing. So I think that you can choose. I think that you have to be really, how can I say that? Yeah, conscious about what you want.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't know if you know that one of the supermodels in the world, Elena Christensen from, I guess, from Denmark. She was Miss Denmark on Miss Universe pageant in 1986 or something, and she didn't place anywhere. And years before, years later, she was one of the top models with Claudia Schiffer, Cindy Crawford. So you can do both. You can do both,
Yeah,
and
I
you can
totally
be.
agree. I think that. I believe that. I believe that.
And as
But
as
I believe that when you win the Miss, or in your country or in your state, or even the Miss Universe, probably it's because not you are more than beautiful, that you have something to show, something to really give to people. So even if you choose to be a model, you still are going to be a Miss, you know. So
and
that's
also you
both.
you could win an Oscar because look at Halle Berry. She was the first runner-up in Miss USA, and she went to Miss World and she won an Oscar. So Miss Universe pageant or any other beauty contest could be a great platform to be whatever you want to do in life. So
Yes.
what you want to do after Miss Universe pageant? Because I honestly I can be with my you as my psychologist with those beautiful eyes looking at me and think,
Ah, thank you. But you know what? Sometimes people are not looking at us. Sometimes they're like laying down, looking at up. But thank you. I don't really know. I think that I will truly follow my purpose. I believe so hardly in my heart. I have this very strong inside of me. So probably I use the platform to really give voice to the things that I believe. And mental health is the strongest thing. I think the world needs that. So I will, if I get to go to win the Miss Universe, sorry, I would totally focus on really and give to people what I know, what I can do for people, you know, and travel to the world and share and listen to their stories and help them in some way. And after, I can do something that has something about what I believe, you know, doing something about related to this. I will never give this away. I will always work with this because it is part of my purpose. So, I mean, I will just embrace the opportunities that I would have after the Miss Universe pageant, but I would totally do the same thing. Even if I don't win the Miss Universe, I will also continuing my work. So it will be great to achieve even more people, not only in Brazil but also in other parts of the world. And this is my biggest dream, and I said that in my interview in Miss Universe Brazil. And I think that Miss Universe is really about this. So that's why I believe in me.
and you know what? I think it's a great cause because nowadays the youth and the young girls and young boys have a self-esteem very poor. The social media
Yeah,
is not work, is not
totally.
helping. Actually, a girl like you and a psychologist like you and some other experts in social and mental health, I don't know. I think they have a harder problem with social media that doesn't help to increase your self-esteem. What do you think about the about social media and a lot of suicides and poor self-esteem with young people because the social media doesn't help with that?
I think that this is a huge problem that we are facing in today's world. And I think that the biggest one. I think that people need to be very conscious about what they are doing and how they are using the platform. Because you can use for good, but you also can use for not good. So trying to have more, how can I say that? How you know to use the social media and not comparing yourself and knowing that everyone does that, you know, like I did that too before. I already compared myself to others, but then I realized that I didn't have to. So you have to be very confident about who you are and knowing that those amazing lives that we see on the Instagram are not real. I mean, we are human. We all face challenging times. We all have problems in life, and people need to understand
Everybody
that.
have pimples.
Sorry?
Everybody have pimples.
Oh yeah, totally. That's what. And I think that even more women has to they need to know that we sometimes we don't have the self-esteem, and that's okay. You know, sometimes we are not feeling good, sometimes we are not having the perfect life, but sometimes we do, and that's okay. I mean, it's about ups and downs, and we have to respect that. And people are really needed from knowing this. Sometimes people think that their lives are the only one that has trouble and problems, but no.
But everybody can say, or anybody can say, okay, for Teresa, it's very easy to say that because she's Miss Brazil. Obviously, she won a beauty pageant because she's gorgeous, she's stunning, she has a professional career, and she has a world of opportunities in front of her. So it's very easy to say that when you are like that.
Yeah, people that don't know my history and my life, they would probably say that because they're just being my pretty photo on my Instagram. They would say that. But if I tell my story and the things that I already went through before, they would maybe change their minds. But sometimes I already heard that I wasn't good enough, that I was on body shape, perfect, you know, that I was not thin enough, that I had to change something. I went through hard times too, with an anxiety. I am a really vulnerable person because I am human, and people need to understand that even if a myth is everybody can be too, you know. And I mean, that is the point. I want to show the people that even being a miss, we go through hard times, and that's okay. We are human.
Yeah, and when you are in a platform and that exposition or that exposure that you're going to have in Miss Universe pageant, when the comparisons between one girl and the other is the is like everybody's talk. I guess the self-esteem can work very, very hard, or very wrong, or very good, or very bad in your minds. How do you block the bad things, the bad comments, or what is your strategy to just being focused and enjoy the time? Because you're gonna be with stunning girls like you are, but
Yeah.
probably the bad comments can affect your mind.
I believe that each girl in Miss Universe, they have something very special, and that's beautiful. And I think that I believe in God, and I think that God created us in a way that everyone has its own beauty. And I think that the judgments and the bad feelings, the bad voices that we hear all those times, I really think that those voices are talking about themselves and not about me, because they don't know anything about me. So I really filter those comments because I know who I am. I know what I carry. I know what I want to do, and I know about my personality. And they don't know, and they probably are talking about themselves, and that's the point. That's the thing that people need to understand. When somebody is talking bad about you, you just have to, okay, go treat yourself, you know. It's something more about them, so it's not something related to me.
Well, Teresa, it has been a pleasure talking to you, to see that that beautiful face and that beautiful smile have a real nice soul, beautiful soul, and
Thank
obviously
you.
a brain, a little brain, a brain with like a person like has been studying, but have a big heart. And I think brain and heart and beauty makes you a real queen. And thank you so much for this time. I would love to have more time with you, but I have to go. You know
Yeah.
what?
Oh.
I have to be in a, listen, I wasn't planning at all, but I was invited to be to the new movie for the Gucci. I don't remember the name, and I have to be there, and I couldn't
It's
be
okay.
later.
I totally understand. I mean, this moment is really special. Thank you so much for the invitation. I am so happy to be here with you, and thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. It was my pleasure, and hopefully, I'm gonna have a very nice talk after the Miss Universe pageant, maybe with your crown.
Yeah, I totally believe in that.
Okay, so it's a
What the universe has for me.
promise. Let's make a promise.
Yes, I will do a promise. This conversation in person,
In
and
person, obviously.
hopefully
Uh,
as Miss Universe.
Of course, of course. Teresa Santos, thank you so much for showing me another beautiful part of Brazil. Uh,
Thank you.
we are in love with your country. Me, particular, I love your country, and of course, through you, I'm gonna love it a lot more.
Oh, thank you so much. That is a great thing to hear. Thank you so much.
And
Have
thank you so
a
much
nice, amazing day.
thank you so much for the people of the organization to make it this
They're
possible.
amazing. They are really happy for this moment too.
Martina, thank you so much, and thank you, Teresa.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.